Ji-hoon stepped off the shuttle. His boots hit the cold metal floor of the Galactic Combat Academy. The air smelled sharp, like hot wires and strange chemicals. Bright lights shone from above. Aliens moved all around him. Some were very tall with shiny scales. Some had 4 arms. Some floated just a little above the ground, on thin legs. He was the only human in sight, from Earth. Most aliens here thought humans were weak. They called Earth a soft world, with easy air and low gravity. Ji-hoon did not like that name. He came here to change their minds. He carried one small bag. Inside were extra clothes, 2 old books, and a small photo of his family. His mother smiling. His little sister with her messy hair. He touched the photo once, then put it away. The station was huge. It floated around a giant gas planet. Outside the thick windows, red and orange clouds swirled on the planet. It looked wild and beautiful. Also, dangerous. He had 4 eyes and blue skin. A small box on his neck spoke for him in clear words. New trainees, listen. You are here because your world sent you. They think you can fight. We will test that. He pointed to different paths. Barracks left, food hall right, training rooms all over. Never be late. Never. The group started walking. Ji-hoon followed signs to his room. It was small and plain. 2 beds. 1 window with stars outside. His roommate sat on one bed already. Blue skin. Long thin fingers. Big round eyes. You are the human? The roommate asked. Yes. My name is Ji-hoon. I am Kale, from Vera. Kale looked at Ji-hoon up and down. They say humans break fast, like thin branches in wind. Ji-hoon gave a small smile. We break sometimes, but we fix ourselves, and we keep moving. Kale made a soft laugh sound. Strange words. We will see if true. That night Ji-hoon lay awake. The bed felt hard. Gravity here was a bit heavier than Earth. Not much, but enough to notice. He thought about home. Warm rice on the table. His sister's loud laugh. He missed them. But he came for a reason. Humans must show the galaxy they were not weak. Morning came with a loud alarm. Ji-hoon put on his gray training suit. It fit tight, and had the academy mark on the chest. He walked to the main hall with many others. Hundreds of trainees stood there, from dozens of worlds. Some looked scary. Sharp teeth, long claws, horns on heads. Ji-hoon saw a group of tall, gray-skinned beings with red eyes. They stood away from others. No one went near them. Who are they? Ji-hoon asked Kale in a low voice. Karosi, from planet Karos. Deathworld. Gravity 3 times stronger than yours. Air full of poison some days. Big animals that eat anything alive. They are the strongest fighters here. Ji-hoon looked closer. In the middle of the Karosi group stood one female. She was very tall. Almost 2 meters. Her body looked hard with muscle. Short black hair. Bright amber eyes. She did not talk or smile. She just watched everything like a hunter. That one is Ji-hoon, Kale said quietly. She never loses. Never even looks tired after fight. Ji-hoon felt something inside. Not fear exactly. More like strong interest. She looked so powerful, but also alone in the crowd. The instructor shouted orders. First test was simple. Run 10 kilometers around the outer ring path. Weights strapped to legs. Ji-hoon started running. His legs started to burn after 5 kilometers. Many big aliens slowed or stopped, breathing hard. Some sat down. Ji-hoon kept going. Slow steps, steady breath. Humans were good at long effort. Not fastest, not strongest at first, but they lasted. He crossed the finish line. Not first, but not last either. Some aliens turned to look. A human finished the run. They whispered to each other. Next came strength test. Lift heavy metal bars. Ji-hoon could not lift what the biggest ones did. His arms shook, but he lifted his best. No one laughed this time. They watched in quiet. Then came the best part for Ji-hoon. Sparring circle. Light contact only. Show your moves. Instructors called names for pairs. Ji-hoon watched many fights. A four-armed fighter against a scaled one. Fast hits, hard blocks. Then Ji-hoon's name was called. She walked into the circle. Her opponent was a big male from another strong planet. Tall, wide shoulders. He smiled big, showing sharp teeth, like he would win in seconds. The bell rang. Ji-hoon moved smooth and quick, like water over rocks. The big male swung a heavy fist. She stepped to the side, caught his arm, twisted fast. He dropped to his knees with a grunt. She pushed him down flat on the mat. Over in 10 seconds. The whole hall went quiet. Ji-hoon walked out of the circle. Face calm, no smile, no look at the crowd. Ji-hoon stared after her. His heart beat strong. Not from being scared, from respect. She was incredible. Later in the food hall, Ji-hoon sat with Kale. He ate protein bars and some rice-like grains saved from Earthships. You saw her fight? Kale asked. Yes, Ji-hoon said. She is Deathworld born, made to survive anything. You think a human can ever match that? Ji-hoon looked at his own hands, small next to others here, but tough in their own way. Maybe not match her power, but I can learn and I can keep trying. Kale laughed again, softer this time. Humans are odd. You never quit easy. Ji-hoon nodded. That is what makes us strong. Days went by. Training became harder. Climb high walls with no ropes. Swim long in cold tanks. Fight in dark rooms with only sound to guide. Ji-hoon got better each day. He watched other species, copied good moves. Practiced alone when lights were low. One evening, he walked past a training room. Ji-hoon was inside, alone. She hit a heavy bag over and over. Each punch made a loud boom. The bag swung wild. Ji-hoon stopped at the door, watched from far. She felt his eyes, her head turned. Amber eyes met his for one short second. Then she looked back to the bag, hit harder. Ji-hoon felt heat in his chest, a challenge, not to beat her, to become better, for himself, for Earth, for every human who ever felt small. He walked back to his room, lay down, stared at the ceiling. Tomorrow was group sparring day. Instructors would pick partners by random draw. Ji-hoon closed his eyes. Part of him hoped, part of him worried. If her name came with his, he would step forward. No running, no excuses. Because that is what humans do. They face the hard things, and they keep going. Weeks passed at the academy. Every day started the same way. Alarm at dawn. Quick wash. Gray suit on. Run to the mess hall for food that tasted like nothing special. Then straight to training. Ji-hoon got stronger. Not big like the Kurosi or fast like the thin Vera runners, but steady. His muscles grew harder under the skin. His breath stayed even longer. He learned to read alien body language, the way a scaled fighter tensed before a strike, the small shift in a four-armed trainee's shoulders when they planned a grab. He still finished most runs near the middle of the pack, not first, not last, but instructors started to notice. One of them, the four-eyed blue one named Torv, stopped him after a climb drill. Human, you do not quit. That is rare here. Ji-hoon wiped sweat from his face. Thank you, Instructor. Torv's extra eyes blinked one after another. Do not thank me yet. Endurance is good, but in real fights, power matters too. Next week we start paired combat. Full contact allowed within rules. You will see. Ji-hoon nodded. He felt a mix inside. Excited. A little nervous. Paired combat meant facing someone close. No room to run. No tricks with distance. Just skill against skill. In the evenings he practiced alone. In empty rooms when most trainees slept. He did push-ups until his arms shook. Shadowboxing with quick jabs and low kicks. Human martial arts moves his father taught him back on Earth. Simple, effective, made for smaller bodies against bigger ones. Kale watched him sometimes. You train like you expect death tomorrow. Ji-hoon laughed softly. Maybe I do. Better to be ready. One morning the big announcement came. In the main hall, all trainees stood in lines. Torv and the other instructors walked in front. From today, Torv said, we pair you by skill and size where possible. Goal is not to win. Goal is to learn each other's ways. No eye strikes. Everything else allowed if controlled. A screen lit up behind him. Names appeared in pairs. Trainees looked for their own. Ji-hoon scanned fast. His name was near the bottom. Ji-hoon, Ji-eun. His stomach flipped. Of all the names, of all the possible partners. Kale leaned close. You are with the Deathworlder. Good luck, friend. You will need it. Ji-hoon did not answer. He just stared at the screen. Ji-eun stood across the hall. She did not look surprised. She did not look anything. Her face stayed blank as stone. The pairs moved to different circles. Small rings marked on the floor with white lines. Soft mats inside. Instructors walked between them, ready to stop if things went too far. Ji-hoon walked to his circle. Ji-eun was already there. She stood with arms loose at her sides. Her amber eyes followed him, not angry, not friendly, just watching. He stopped a few steps away. Hands together in front. Old Earth habit. Ji-eun tilted her head. What is that? Respect, Ji-hoon said. From my world. She made a small sound, not quite a laugh. Strange custom. The bell rang for their circle. Light contact first round, the instructor called. Show control. Then we increase. Ji-hoon took a breath. Dropped into a low stance. Feet wide. Hands up to guard face. Ji-hoon moved first. Slow steps forward. Testing. Her long arms reached out, like she would grab him easy. Ji-hoon slipped to the side. Fast. Light on his feet. He felt the air move where her hand passed. Close. Too close. He countered. Quick jab to her ribs. Not hard. Just to touch. She barely reacted, like hitting a wall. She swung again, wider this time. He ducked under, rolled behind her, came up fast, kicked at the back of her knee. Light tap, enough to make most stumble. Ji-hoon did not stumble, grabbed for his shoulder. Ji-hoon twisted away, slid back, breathing harder now. She was fast for her size, much faster than he expected. Around them, other pairs fought. Grunts, thuds. Some ended quick. A big trainee slammed his partner down. Another pair circled slow, testing. Ji-hoon and Ji-eun kept moving. He dodged. She chased. He landed small hits. She blocked most. Once she caught his wrist, held for a second, then let go. Like she could have broken it, but chose not to. The instructor called time on the first round. Good. Now full contact. Still no breaking bones. Fight. Ji-hoon wiped his mouth. A little blood from a split lip. He smiled anyway. Ji-eun looked at him different now. Not bored. Interested. Her eyes narrowed just a bit. They started again. This time she came harder. A straight punch. Ji-hoon blocked with both arms. The force pushed him back 2 steps. His forearms burned. He answered with a low kick to her thigh. Solid hit. She grunted. First sound she made. She grabbed for him again. Ji-hoon used her momentum, stepped in close, wrapped arms around her waist in a clinch, tried to lift and throw. Classic human judo move. She was too heavy, like lifting a tree. But he surprised her. She stepped back, lost balance for half a second. Ji-hoon pushed the advantage, swept her leg. She went down to one knee. The mat shook. The hall got quieter. Eyes turned to their circle. Ji-hoon rose fast, No anger, just focus. She charged. Ji-hoon met her. They locked arms, pushed, strained, faces close. He felt her breath, hot, steady. She was stronger, much stronger. Slowly she forced him back, toward the edge of the circle. Ji-hoon's feet slid. He needed something, anything. He saw it. Small opening. Her arm extended too far. He dropped low, grabbed her forearm with both hands, twisted, hard, tried the joint lock. Human technique. Control, not destroy. Jian's eyes widened. Just a flash. She reacted. Pure instinct. Her arm snapped the other way. Fast. Brutal. Ji-hoon heard the crack before he felt it. Loud pop. Bone gave way. Elbow bent wrong. Pain hit like fire, white hot, shot up his arm into his brain. He let go, dropped to one knee, held the broken arm close to his chest. Breath came in short gasps. The bell rang sharp. Instructor ran in. Stop. Match over. Jian froze, her hand still out, like she did not believe what happened. The hall went dead quiet. Ji-hoon looked up through the pain, sweat in his eyes. He saw her face, not cold now, surprised, maybe even sorry. He forced words out, voice rough. Again, reset the timer. Everyone stared. The instructor blinked all four eyes. Trainee, your arm, please. Jian lowered her hand, slow. Looked at him, like she saw him for the first time. The instructor hesitated, then nodded to the med team waiting at the side. But Ji-hoon did not move yet. He stayed on one knee, breathing hard, arm useless at his side. He looked straight at Jian. Not done, he said. She did not answer, but something changed in her eyes. Small, but real. The medics came, lifted him careful, carried him out. Behind him, whispers started, growing louder. A human asked to continue after a Karosi snapped his arm. Word would spread fast. Ji-hoon knew that, and deep down, through the pain, he felt something else. Not defeat, a beginning. The medbay smelled clean and sharp, like metal and medicine. White lights hummed overhead. Ji-hoon lay on a narrow bed. His right arm rested in a clear regen cast. The broken elbow glowed soft blue inside the case. Tiny machines worked under the surface, fixing bone, mending torn tissue. It hurt less now, but still throbbed like a drum inside his skin. He stared at the ceiling, counted slow breaths, in, out, in, out. Pain came in waves. He rode each one like a small storm, did not fight it, just waited for it to pass. A medic came by, tall, thin, skin like pale leather. You are lucky, human. Clean break, no nerve damage, full heal in 3 days with this cast, but no training until then. Ji-hoon nodded. Thank you. The medic left. Ji-hoon closed his eyes, thought about the fight. The moment he grabbed her arm, the way she twisted, fast, natural, like breathing. He did not blame her, not really. He knew the rules of her world. On Karos, a hand on you meant danger, meant fight or die. But he also knew something else. Humans did not break easy, not inside. The door slid open again, soft footsteps. Ji-hoon opened his eyes. Ji-hoon stood there. She filled the doorway. Tall, wide shoulders, hands loose at her sides. Her amber eyes looked different. Not cold, not angry, something else, uncertain. She did not step inside right away, just stood, looked at him. Ji-hoon sat up slow, winced when the cast bumped the bed. Ji-hoon. She spoke low, voice rough like gravel. I came to see. He waited. She took one step in, door closed behind her. I did not mean to break it, not that hard. Reflex. On my world, if someone grabs, you end it, fast, before they end you. Ji-hoon listened, nodded once. I understand. She looked at the cast, then at his face. You did not scream, did not curse. You asked to continue. He gave a small smile. Habit. From home. We fall down. We get up. Ji-hoon tilted her head. Strange habit. Silence stretched between them. Not awkward, just quiet. She moved closer, stood by the bed, looked down at him. Why did you grab my arm? To control, not to hurt. Human way. Lock the joint. Make the other stop without breaking them. She made a soft sound, almost a huff. Your way failed. Yes, he said, but I learned something. Her eyes narrowed. What? You are faster than you look, stronger than anyone here, and you hold back. Even when you snapped it, you could have done worse. Ji-hoon looked away. First time he saw her break eye contact. I train to kill threats, not trainees. Ji-hoon leaned back against the pillow. Then why come here, to the academy? She was quiet a long time, then answered. Karos is dying slow. Storms worse every year, predators fewer, food harder to find. My people sent some of us out, to learn new ways. To bring back strength for the future. Ji-hoon thought about that. And you came. I was chosen, best fighter of my age group. He nodded. Makes sense. Another quiet moment. Ji-hoon shifted her weight. The others talk. Say the human is crazy. Ask to fight again after I break him. Ji-hoon laughed. Short, sharp. Pain shot through his arm. He stopped. Crazy or stubborn, same thing sometimes. She looked at him again, studied him like a puzzle. You are not afraid of me. Not anymore, he said. At first, maybe. Now, I respect you. Ji-hoon blinked, slow. Respect? Yes, you are honest, strong. No tricks, no lies, just what you are. She did not answer right away. Then she said, humans are strange, small, soft skin, weak bones, but you keep standing. Ji-hoon met her eyes. We adapt, we endure, that is our strength. Nodded once, small movement, stopped at the door, looked back. When your arm heals, spar again. Proper this time. I will teach you Karosi moves. You teach me yours. Ji-hoon felt surprise, then warmth in his chest. Deal. She left without another word. Door slid shut. Ji-hoon lay back, stared at the ceiling again, smiled despite the pain. The next day, word spread faster than he expected. Trainees talked in the halls, in the mess, in the training rooms. The human asked to reset after the Karosi snapped his elbow. He stood up. One arm useless, still wanted to fight. Ji-hoon looked shocked. First time anyone saw that. Kale came to visit in the evening. Sat on the chair by the bed. You are famous now, or infamous, not sure which. Ji-hoon chuckled. Great. Some laugh, say you are stupid. Others, they watch you different now, even the big ones, the ones who used to push humans aside. Good. Kale leaned forward. Ji-hoon came here, alone, at night. No one saw her do that before. Ji-hoon raised an eyebrow. She did. Kale whistled low. You broke something in her too. Not bone, something else. Maybe. 3 days passed. The cast came off. Arm looked normal, felt stiff, weak, but whole. Instructor Torv met him at the medbay door. Cleared for light duty. No full contact yet. Observe only. Ji-hoon nodded. Understood. But when he walked into the main training hall, heads turned. Whispers followed him. He ignored them. Went to the side wall. Watched the pairs fight. Ji-hoon was there, in her circle, facing a different trainee. Tall, scaled. She moved careful, controlled, did not snap anything, did not even push hard. She finished fast. Walked out, saw Ji-hoon. She crossed the hall, stopped in front of him. Arm, she asked. Flexed, fingers. She looked at it. then at his face. Tomorrow, private room, no crowd, we train. Ji-hoon felt his pulse quicken. Tomorrow. She walked away. That night he could not sleep easy, not from pain, from thinking. About her moves, her strength, her world, about what he could learn, about what he could show. Morning came. Ji-hoon went to the small private training room. No windows, just lights and mats. Quiet. Ji-hoon waited inside. No suit, just training shorts and top. Muscles clear under the light. She nodded once. No grabs today, she said. I show you first how we move on Karos. She started slow, demonstrated a stance, wide, low, balanced for high gravity. Then strikes, short, explosive, from hips, not arms alone. Ji-hoon watched, copied, slow at first, then faster. His body hurt, stiff from injury, but he pushed. She corrected him, gentle touches, moved his foot, adjusted his shoulder. No force, just guide. Then he showed her basic wrist escapes, joint locks done right. How to use opponent's power against them. She tried, awkward at first, too much strength, but she learned quick, adapted. Hours passed, sweat on both, breathing hard. Ji-hoon stopped, wiped her face. You are stubborn. You are a good teacher, he said. She looked at him, long moment, then spoke soft. I misjudged you. Thought humans weak, break easy, quit easy. Ji-hoon smiled. We surprise people. Yes, she said, you do. They sat on the mat, rested, shared water. Ji-hoon looked at the floor. On Karos, we fight alone, trust few. Here, maybe different. Ji-hoon nodded. Maybe partners. She met his eyes. Maybe. Outside, the academy kept turning, but inside that room, something new started. Small, quiet, strong. Respect, trust, the beginning of something bigger. Ji-eun felt it. And the galaxy would see it soon. The academy felt different after that day. Trainees walked slower in the halls. They looked at Ji-hoon when he passed. Not with pity, not with jokes, with something new. Quiet respect. Even the biggest ones, the ones with claws and thick scales, gave him small nods. No words, just the nod. That was enough. Ji-hoon noticed. He did not say anything about it. He just kept training. Light at first, arms still stiff from the regen cast, but every day better. He stretched. He shadowboxed. He ran short laps alone when the lights were low. Ji-hoon trained with him now, every evening in the small private room. No crowd, no watchers, just them. Door locked, mats clean, lights dim. She started each session the same way. Show me again, the lock you tried. Ji-hoon showed her. Slow, step by step. How to grip without crushing. How to twist just enough to control. She tried. Her big hands moved careful now. Not like before. She learned fast. Her fingers found the right spots. She practiced on a dummy first, then on him. Light pressure only. Good, Ji-hoon said one evening. You got it. Ji-hoon released him, stepped back. Your way is smart. Uses less force, more brain. He smiled. We have to. Our bodies are not as strong as yours. She looked at him, long look, strong in different way. They switched. Ji-hoon taught him Karosi basics, how to stand in high gravity, feet wide, knees bent, weight low. How to breathe when air is thin and poison creeps in. How to strike from the core, short bursts, like lightning, no long swings that waste energy. Ji-hoon copied. His strikes were weaker, but cleaner, more precise. She corrected him with small pushes, moved his elbow, turned his hip, never rough, always patient. One night they sat after training, both sweating, water bottles between them. Ji-hoon spoke first. Others watch us now, from the door window. They think we are friends. Ji-hoon drank water. Are we? She thought. Maybe. Not like Kurosi friends. Different. Better, he said. She made a small sound. Almost a laugh. Maybe. Word kept spreading. Not just about the snap. About the sessions. About how the Deathworlder girl trained with the human. How she listened to him. How he listened to her. Trainees started to change. Some asked Ji-hoon questions. How do you last so long? What move is that? He answered simple. No bragging. Just facts. Kale came to watch one evening, stood outside the small room. After he pulled Ji-hoon aside in the hall. You two look like a team now, not enemies. Ji-hoon wiped his face with a towel. We are learning. Kale looked serious. The instructors noticed too. They talk about mixed teams for the final trial. Never happened before. But now, they think maybe Human and Kurosi together could win. Ji-hoon felt surprise. Then, excitement. Really? Kale nodded. Rumors, but strong ones. Ji-hoon thought about it all night. The final trial. The big test. Simulated Deathworld. Real dangers. Traps. Creatures. Teams of 2 or 3. Last team standing wins top rank. Top rank meant honor for your world. Meant better chances back home. Next day in the main hall, Instructor Torv made the announcement. Final trial in 2 weeks. Teams chosen by instructors. Mixed species allowed. Encouraged. Goal, survive. Adapt. Work together. No rules except no killing your partner. A buzz went through the crowd. Eyes turned to Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon. They stood apart, but close enough to see each other. Torv continued. Teams posted tomorrow. Prepare. That evening, Ji-hoon found Ji-hoon in the food hall. She sat across from him. No tray, just water. They will pair us, she said. Not a question. Ji-hoon nodded. I think so. She looked at her hands. Big, strong. Scars from Karos. I have never fought with a partner. Always alone. Me too, he said. But we practiced. We know each other now. She met his eyes. If we are together, we win. Or we die trying. Ji-hoon smiled. We win. The next morning the team list went up. Big screen in the main hall. Names in pairs. Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon. Together. The hall went loud. Cheers. Whispers. Some laughed. Some looked worried. But most looked curious. Excited. Ji-hoon felt his heart beat fast. Not fear. Pride. Ji-hoon stood beside him. Arms crossed. Face calm. But her eyes showed something. Determination. And trust. They walked to the private room after. No words at first. Then Ji-hoon spoke. We need a plan. The trial has many parts. Terrain changes. Creatures from different worlds. Some from Karos. Some worse. We use your strength. My speed. Your instincts. My thinking ahead. She nodded. You set traps. I draw them in. You strike weak points. I hold the line. They talked for hours. Drew rough maps on the floor with chalk. Planned moves. Backup plans. What if one got hurt? What if separated? Ji-hoon added human tricks. Use the environment. Turn poison plants into weapons. Make noise to confuse. Hide in plain sight. Ji-hoon added Kurosi ways. Smell danger before see it. Feel ground vibrations. Strike to kill fast. They finished late. Both tired, but ready. Ji-hoon stood. Tomorrow we rest, then prepare gear. Ji-hoon stood too. Ji-hoon, she stopped. For training with me, for not seeing me as weak. She looked at him, soft. Thank you, for not seeing me as monster. They left the room together, walked the halls side by side. Trainees watched. No one said anything bad. No one dared. The days before the trial passed quick. They trained hard. Light sparring, drills, endurance runs with weights. Ji-hoon's arm was fully strong now. No pain, only memory. One evening, Ji-hoon brought something. A small karoshi knife. Old, worn handle, sharp edge. For you, she said, if things go bad. Ji-hoon took it, heavy, balanced. I will keep it safe. She nodded. And bring it back. The night before the trial, Ji-hoon lay in his bed, could not sleep, thought about Earth, his family, what they would think if they saw him now, partner with a Deathworlder, facing real danger, for honor, for proof. He smiled in the dark. Ji-hoon did the same in her room, lay on her hard bed, thought about Karos, storms, hunger. The day she left, she came here alone. Now she had someone, not just a trainee, a partner. She closed her eyes. Tomorrow they would fight, together, and the galaxy would remember. The morning of the final trial arrived with a deep hum through the station. Red lights flashed in every hall. Alarms sounded soft but steady. All trainees gathered in the main hangar. Big doors stood closed. Behind them waited the trial arena, a huge sealed dome filled with fake death worlds, real dangers inside. Ji-hoon stood with Ji-hoon at the front, both in full gear, black suits with armor plates, helmets under arms, small packs on backs, water, tools, the karoshi knife Ji-hoon gave him tucked at his belt. Instructor Torv walked out. 4 eyes scanned the group. Rules simple, he said. Survive. Reach the center beacon. Last team standing wins. Dangers are real. Creatures engineered. Terrain changes every hour. No help from outside. If you quit, signal red flare. Med team pulls you. Otherwise, fight on. He paused, looked at the pairs. Teams, enter when your gate opens. Good luck. Gates hissed open one by one. Some looked scared, some excited. Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon waited for their number. Their gate opened last. They walked in side by side. The door sealed behind them with a heavy clang. Inside was dark at first. Then lights came up slow. They stood on rocky ground. Red dirt. Hot wind blew. Sky above glowed orange like a dying sun. Far away, mountains rose sharp. Jungle vines hung thick on one side. A frozen plain stretched on the other. Ji-hoon sniffed the air. Karos smell, poison mist coming soon. Ji-hoon nodded. We move fast. Find high ground first. They started running. Steady pace. Ji-hoon's legs felt strong. Ji-hoon matched him easy. Her long steps covered more ground. First hour passed quiet. Too quiet. Then the ground shook. Small cracks opened. Steam rose hot. Trap, Ji-hoon said. They jumped aside. A geyser exploded where they stood seconds before. Boiling water shot high. Ji-hoon pointed. There, ridge, higher ground. They climbed. Rocks loose. Hands scraped. At the top they stopped. Looked down. Below, other teams fought already. One pair ran from a pack of wolf-like beasts, claws long, eyes red. Another team climbed trees to escape stinging insects big as hands. Ji-hoon pointed far. Beacon light. Center. We go straight. Ji-hoon checked his small map screen on wrist. Path blocked soon. Terrain shift in 10 minutes. They moved again. Down the ridge, into thick vines. Ji-hoon cut path with strong hands. Ji-hoon watched sides. Listened. A roar came, deep, loud. Ground shook harder. Ji-hoon froze. Apex, from Karos stalk. Out of the shadows stepped the creature. Huge, 10 meters tall, skin like stone. 4 legs thick. Mouth full of teeth. Eyes glowed yellow. Tail whipped like a whip. It saw them. Charged. Ji-hoon stepped forward. I hold, you flank. No time to argue. The beast slammed into Ji-hoon. She braced, feet dug in dirt, arms locked around its neck, muscles strained. It roared, tried to bite. Ji-hoon ran left, fast, stayed low, found weak spot, under the jaw, soft skin there. He pulled the knife, waited. The beast reared. Ji-hoon held on, lifted it a little off ground with pure power. Ji-hoon jumped, drove the knife in deep, twisted. Hot blood sprayed. The creature screamed, thrashed. Ji-hoon let go, jumped back. It fell, heavy, still. Ji-hoon breathed hard, looked at Ji-hoon. Good strike. He wiped the knife. Good hold. They kept moving. Terrain changed. Now cold, snow fell, wind cut like blades. They found a cave, small, sheltered, rested 5 minutes, shared water, checked wounds, none bad. Ji-hoon spoke soft. You bleed. Ji-hoon looked, small cut on arm from rocks. Nothing. She tore a strip from her sleeve, wrapped it tight, her hands gentle. Ji-hoon watched her. Thank you. She nodded. Partners. They left the cave. Next danger came fast. Swarm. Tiny bugs. Wings buzz. Stings poison. Ji-hoon remembered plan. Fire. Smoke. They found dry plants. Ji-hoon used small lighter from pack. Lit them. Smoke rose thick. Bugs hated smoke. Turned away. Ji-hoon smiled small. Smart. They ran through smoke. Out the other side. Closer to center. Hours passed. More fights. They helped each other. Ji-hoon smashed a rock creature that tried to crush Ji-hoon. Ji-hoon tripped a vine trap that almost caught Ji-hoon. They reached the final stretch. Open field. Beacon glowed bright in middle. Only 3 teams left. Them, a pair of scaled fighters, a team of fast insect-like beings. The scaled ones charged first. Big, armed with clubs. Ji-hoon met them. Blocked one club. Kicked the other away. Ji-hoon circled. Used speed. Jabbed weak spots. Sides. One scaled went down. The other roared. Swung at Ji-hoon. She caught the club. Snapped it in half. Then punched. Hard. The scaled dropped. Insect team came next. Fast. Clicking sounds. Blades on arms. Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon stood back to back. Ji-hoon whispered, I take left, you right. They moved as one. Ji-hoon grabbed one insect, slammed it down. Ji-hoon dodged blades, kicked legs out, used knife to cut straps on armor, made them slow. Last insect fell. Field went quiet. Only them. They walked to beacon, slow, tired, hurt, but together. Ji-hoon touched the beacon. Light flashed green. A voice boomed from above. Trial over. Winners, Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon. Gates opened. Med teams rushed in. Ji-hoon and Ji-hoon stood still, breathing hard, looked at each other. Ji-hoon put a big hand on his shoulder. Gentle. You are no soft worlder. In here. She touched her chest. Ji-hoon smiled through sweat and dirt. And you are not just monster. You are the best partner anyone could ask for. They walked out together. Academy waited outside. All trainees, instructors. Cheers started small, then loud. Torv met them. Top rank, honored to both worlds. Ji-hoon looked at Ji-hoon. She nodded. Later, in the quiet hall, they sat alone. Bandages, food, rest. Ji-hoon spoke. After this, what? Ji-hoon thought. We go home. Show what we learned. Make our world stronger. Together. She looked at him. Not alone anymore. No, he said. Not alone. The legend started that day. Spread through the galaxy. Never underestimate a human. Even if you snap his arm, he will stand, fight, win, and turn an enemy into the strongest ally. Humans were not weak. They were stubborn, smart, unbreakable.